President of Switzerland, Joly will pay an official visit to Kazakhstan on November 21st. He has been invited by the head of state, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. According to the press office of Akorda, the Swiss delegation includes business representatives of the country. On November 22nd, negotiations between the leaders will be held in a detailed and extended format, whereby topics on the conditions and prospects of bilateral cooperation in politics, trade and economic, investment and humanitarian areas will be discussed. The agenda also includes meetings between Joly and the administration of the Kazakh government and a roundtable session between the business circles from both countries. The mutual trade value between the countries last year was recorded at more than $3 billion. Switzerland has invested $47.5 billion into Kazakhstan over the past 14 years. A proposal on the formation of industrialization map has been approved at a meeting of the Council of the Eurasian Economic Commission. The document will include the mutual plans of member states of the Union, as well as the contribution of the formation of production chains within the Union countries. Moreover, the meeting participants also discussed about the functioning of local markets, international cooperation, customs and technical regulation, EAU digital agenda, as well as sanitary and phytosanitary measures. The agenda of the next meeting of the Supreme Eurasian Economic Council is also approved and will be held on December 20th this year in St. Petersburg. The value of light industry production in Kazakhstan has reached a breaking record. Experts estimated that local enterprises have produced goods worth over 76 billion tenge since the beginning of the year. Growth of the industry amounted to about 20% compared to last year. More than half of the products are textiles, which make up half of the industry. The growth of textiles production is more than 7%. Spokesperson of the ministry said that the industry has much to strive for, since the light industry covers only 15% of market demand. To date, second-tier banks have approved more than 20 projects worth over 4 billion tenge. In total, over the next 2 years, 52 projects are planned as part of the roadmap for development of the light industry.
В рамках программы экономики простых вещей сейчас мы просматриваем развитие.
As part of the Economy of Simple Things program, we are considering the development of individual projects. As part of our roadmap, we provide subsidies of up to 15%. Furthermore, we also have a furniture project that we will develop. It will be molded fabrics which we do not have today. For example, the same costume fabric.
Которые на сегодняшний день у нас отсутствуют, это та же костюмная ткань и прочие.
Uzbekistan has launched pre-election campaigns. On December 22nd, the country will elect the legislative lower chamber of the parliament of the Supreme Assembly members and two local kengashi, who are the highest state representative bodies of power. 5 political parties take part in the elections. It is expected that 20 million voters will participate in the elections. Iran creates a free economic zone in Cheburun near the border of Turkmenistan. The FEZ will be located near railway border crossing between the states. Analysts said that the Cheburun will be attractive for investments, while at the same time contribute to the economic growth of the region. The 9th International Festival of Architectural, Construction and Design Schools of Eurasia has started in Tashkent. More than 80 representatives from 20 countries, including Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, China and Russia, take part in the event. The goal of the event is the exchange of experience in the areas of archaeology, construction and design. Uzbekistan is preparing to open the largest ski resort in Central Asia. The resort will be located at the Tian Shan Mountains. The modern slopes will be opened for skiing and snowboarding activities starting from next month. Meanwhile, the modern ski resort, with a total area of 900 hectares, will be fully equipped with the winter and summer infrastructure in the next 5 years. A network of ski slopes with a length of more than 20 kilometers is planned to be built. The resort will also be equipped with gondola lifts of conveyor and chair types, as well as with a modern ticketing system. The unique project is a result of cooperation between local and world-class experts from Andorra, Spain, France, Germany, Denmark and Austria.
Операционный директор Томас.
Operational Director Thomas Thor Jensen was a mountain director of the Courchevel ski resort. He managed a huge infrastructure there, and now he works with us and he runs this resort. He will be a very interesting person with a lot of experience. We expect that our resort will be a small Courchevel in Uzbekistan, in the heart of Central Asia.
В сердце Центральной Азии.
Experts said that the opening of the resort will attract many tourists who are engaged in winter sports and provide a platform for the development of tourism. The green belt around Turkestan will create a favorable climate and improve the ecological situation in the city. Specialists said that there is a clear plan which includes the planting of 4 million trees around and in the city from 2019 until 2021. The area of the green belt around the city will be 7,700 hectares. The improvement of the regional center will be continued.
Экологияны тазарту мақсатында барлық аймақтағы
This is done in order to improve the environment. The project consists of several stages. First, the planting of seedlings will be completed this year. The second stage is planned from 2021 to 2022. Most of the weather-resistant trees will be planted in the region.
Ауа райына төзімді ағаштар егілу арқылы осы іс-шараның бәрі атқарылатын болады. Оның ішінде қарағай бар, терек, емен.
Saplings of ornamental trees such as pine, poplar, oak, maple, and other species will be planted. In addition, there will be fruit trees, including apricot and apple trees. In the fall, the planting on 2,000 hectares of land will be completed. Meanwhile, almost 1 billion tenge will be allocated for planting the greenery in Aktau city. The calculation is made taking into account the growth of the city. In total, 93,000 seedlings and nearly 15,000 square meters of shrubs are planned to be planted there. Schoolchildren of the Nazarbayev Intellectual School in Taldykorgan invented a robot that can teach. The project is recognized as the best at the World Robotics Olympiad in Hungary. More than 2,000 students from 74 countries took part in the competition. The robot teacher can help elementary students learn alphabet, math, and drawing. It can also teach children the Braille keyboard for deaf children. Furthermore, the robot also accurately recognizes the faces of the children. The goal of our robot is not to completely replace a teacher, but to help him or her instead. The robot can be used to check the works of students or to explain simple educational materials. This is very convenient for the teacher to save time. We have been participating in international Olympiads for 6 years. During this time, we have prepared a great number of projects, including 15 projects on various themes. All of the projects solve some practical tasks. The largest Kazakh diaspora in Europe is living in France, where the number of ethnic Kazakhs amounted to about 3,000 people, according to the latest data. French Kazakhs are mainly the descendants of migrant workers from Turkey. Their ancestors left Kazakhstan almost 100 years ago. Most of them have never been to the homeland, but surprisingly maintain a connection with it so far. I consider myself as a Kazakh, even though I was born in Turkey and now live in France. I have Kazakh origin. We are trying to showcase the national traditions to our children so that they will follow and practice it in the future. Newborn Yasin will be put in a traditional cradle called besik, which is specially brought from Kazakhstan. For his parents, following all the traditions is the testament of the older generation. The Kazakh diaspora is close to each other and friendly to others. The diaspora always celebrate all the traditional holidays at one big gathering, and they even encourage marrying each other to become families. The mother of the newborn, Yasmin, who is Turkish, is an exception to the custom. She's married to a Kazakh 2.5 years ago. It is incredible to be a part of the Kazakh family. I am Turkish by origin, so there is a mix of cultures. Kazakh spiritual heritage is very rich, and we are trying to follow all the traditions and cultures. Even today, we are gathered to mark this event. I like it very much. Kazakhstan takes part in the world's largest forum of ministers of culture over the last 20 years, which opens today in Paris. A press conference was organized prior to the official start of the event. Members of different governments will discuss a joint strategy of action until 2030, which will be led by the UNESCO. One of the main topics of discussion will be the protection of world monuments of nature and culture from military operations and emergency situations. We should speak out not only for the mobilization of resources and raising the interesting themes, but also for secondary issues. For example, the climate change and cultural heritage, which affect all the regions, whether it is Venice, Australia, or the Caribbean. This is the topic of the future, which we have been speaking about for the last 2 years. Turkish Film Week has started in Nur Sultan. A drama, a long story, directed by Osman Sinaf, was premiered at the event. The film tells about the story of the life of Ali, who came to Turkey from Bulgaria in the 1970s. Popular Turkish actor Kenan İmirzalıoğlu, who is liked by Kazakh viewers, starred in the film. The screenings will be held every evening in one of the capital's cinema until November 25th. All of the films are subtitled in Russian. Organizers said that such film screenings will bring the people from Kazakhstan and Turkey closer to each other, while at the same time contribute to the cultural dialogue between the two countries. As part of the Turkish Film Week, we will present 8 films in various genres, such as historical cinema, drama, romantic films, and others. The screenwriters, directors, and actors are very famous and outstanding citizens of Turkey. We could say that each of the presented films is the best in its genre. Kazakhstan has won the hearts of art connoisseurs in Moldova. The troupe of Almaty Theatre, Jazz Sahna, has presented its interpretation of the Pugachev uprising at the international festival Mold Fest. Critics said that the production of Alexei Shemez, Pugachev, The Birth, is innovative. Pugachev, The Birth is a monoplay, which means there is one actor on the stage. The complexity and depth of the performance determines the excitement and awe of its creators. Marat Amirayev was not only the main character of Pugachev, but also the ideological inspirer of the performance. We staged the performance about an artist who wants to express his thoughts. This can be very difficult, particularly to portray the emotions. Most importantly, we wanted to show what it takes to paint on the canvas his inside feelings on what was happening around him and the reality. The interpretation of the image of the poet, the director's decision, and the talented acting allowed the audience to see Yesenin in a process of creating his famous poem Pugachev. The public witnessed how the poet came up with the idea of writing about this work, what he experienced and done, as well as his pain about the peasants and his thoughts on the Yemelian rebellion. Over the past 50 years, we remember only Lubimovsky's Pugachev and Vysotky's famous intonations. There is nothing more. And why? The text is difficult. I don't have enough strength. First of all, I need absolute mental strength since the texts are so complex and difficult to understand. It seems to me that today we saw a rare performance that shows the truer image of Yesenin. Recently, I have been at an interesting festival in Kazakhstan. It was a wonderful festival in the Kokshetau city, and the Kazakh theme continues because I have discovered Kazakhstan, culture, and theater for myself. Today, I saw a strong and sophisticated Kazakh actor. Poland hosted the opening ceremony of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. Kazakhstan takes part in the prestigious vocal competition for the second time. This year, Yerzhan Maksim will represent the country. He will be the 10th performer with his Armanan Kalma song. The finale of the competition will be broadcasted on Khabar channel on November 24th at 9 p.m. in Nur Sultan. According to the rules of the competition, the winner will be determined by the vote of the jury and viewers on the official website junior-eurovision.tv.